This is a smaller, tight-knit group of individuals that really represent the country.
It doesn't matter what age you are, if you're willing to win, you're willing to put your best effort.
It's not how hard you get hit.
I ended up fracturing my thumb.
They suspected that he had Crohn's.
It's how hard you get hit and get knocked down and get up again. We don't take days off.
That's right, strength, no weakness.
Sky's kind of the limit.
Get ready, because today we're taking a look at some of our future prodigies and pros. This is No Days Off.
I've always known that baseball's been my passion and my love.
I know that he's going to play in the big leagues just because of his work ethic.
Little C has been surrounded by baseball his entire life.
I've always had a ball in my hands. It's something that I've kind of centered my focus around.
Me being able to watch his work ethic is special.
And I tell him to do something, I'm like, look, you need to be here, you need to do this. He's here, he's doing it.
Say trust yourself and just stay consistent with what you want to do.
You can just tell that he understood the game really well. Now that his talent is catching up to the baseball IQ, it's just all coming together. It's only going to get better.
Try to dominate the day as much as I can, improving each and every day. I think I'll put myself in a good position to be where I want to be.
My name is Carsten Sabathia. I'm 17 years old and I play baseball. We are in Norwood, New Jersey at Impact Zone. We're about to get the Sunday morning workout in.
I'm hurting today because I hadn't worked out in a couple weeks. I've never been around a kid, 17-year-old, that works the way he does. Nice. The father-son relationship gets hard when, it's a sport involved, and I just stay out of it, and let him go to instructors, and when he needs me to throw, I'll throw.
Impact Zone is a full-service fitness center. I've been in the fitness industry all my life. Primary focus during the season is maintenance and injury prevention, and then during the off-season is getting them stronger. The youth, they're growing during this whole phase. They're not in control of their body fully. They're not in control of their gait. They're running. These are all the things that you got to work on. So there's a big difference between an adult or a seasoned athlete like, his father, or him coming up from 13 years old.
Volume is the least amount I'll do in a week, but it's still probably the most intense day. We start off with the warm-up with the push-ups with the handles, and then we did the TRX bands straight into hang cleans with the 25s, the one-arm snatches with the 35s, and then we did the med ball slams.
Don't stop it here. All the way. Bring it here. On the ball slam, he was stopping here and slamming the ball. So he was short, the range of motion was short. I want him stretching his rib cage and full slam.
Step ups. We did the single leg lunge jumps, and then we did the alternating lunge jumps. How much can we hurt our legs today? Let's do that. That was the day.
I could see right away that his baseball IQ was really high, especially for a kid. His body and his talent wasn't caught up to what his mind was trying to do until we started coming to Impact Zone. It's a big gym, but it's a small community.
I love it. I love it because to me it's just kind of fun. It's seeing how far I can push my body and the limits that it'll go. After a couple weeks, you see that improvement of, man, the weight has gone up, your reps have gone up. You're not getting as tired. You're still dead, you still don't want to do this anymore, but you're still doing more, and you see that improvement.
Sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, my notification goes off and I hit the camera and he's got the light on, swinging in the batting cage before he goes to high school. So not a lot of kids want to wake up, hit 100 balls and then go to school. It's in him, and then I think that's going to propel him. It's going to help to propel him to where he needs to go.
I think I was around 3 or 4 when I first started playing organized ball. I've always known that baseball's been my passion and my love, and it's something that I've kind of centered my focus around. Having the ball or the bat in my hands, I've always loved it.
Our house is a baseball house. I never forced him to play baseball, but I just knew that he would just because of being in the clubhouse, being in the cages, being around the guys all the time. The lifestyle that we live. He's experienced my whole career, from World Series to All-Star games, everything. Carson played football, he played basketball. I knew all leading up to him being a one-sport athlete in baseball in high school, but I wanted him to have those other skills and those other mindsets from those other sports.
it's being on those different teams and meeting those new people. I feel as if I have so much more to accomplish and achieve. But even now, there's been so many people and so many different relationships I've built just off of baseball alone. Getting chosen for the Perfect Game All-American Classic in San Diego has been a true blessing and something that I'll cherish for a very long time. I'll take with me for the rest of my life.
I think around 13 or 14, he was playing locally here on some travel teams, and he was getting frustrated. Not the talent level, but just the amount of caring that the kids had, of losing and, playing the game the right way and different things. And I called David right away, and I was like, all right, now it's time to, start putting some strength and power with everything that he had going on.
So he was a 13-year-old child, but he was athletic, had an incredible work ethic. He still has that today. I believe his work ethic is actually going to propel him even further.
I don't think there was a specific position that I was drawn towards. It was just being out on that field.
I don't think that pitching is off the table still. As long as you can throw a baseball, you can pitch at any time. So best pitcher in the league in Major League Baseball right now didn't start pitching until his junior year of college. So I always tell him, hit till they take the bat away from you, and then you can go to the mound.
Little C is doing this with the guidance of his incredible family, but this is on his own. This is him. But his mindset is, I want to be a professional ball player, and he does everything in his power to achieve his goal. That's the difference.
If you stay consistent in what you do and try to improve each and every day, you'll find yourself where you want to be.
Coming up next.
I could keep a lot of my memories from when I played, when I was younger. So this was the Diamond Nation tournament. I won the MVP of the tournament, we won. I sent Penn, a couple of my videos. It felt like home, when I was talking to him. So that was probably my main decision in committing to their school.
A kid who's playing his sophomore year in high school and is already committed. He goes to that game and everybody says, there's that kid who's committed. So the pressure is a little added to that kid. He's got to be the one who performed.
Nick came in kind of like a Lamborghini. We just had to tune up the engine. He's a super athlete, so that makes it easy to teach.
Nick's always worked really, really hard at everything. If he wanted to do something throughout his entire life, he's worked exceptionally hard at it.
He's just a born leader, and he wants to be coached too. I think that's the most important thing. He's super talented, and even with that, he still wants to be coached and wants to be better every single day.
I'm Nick O'Brien, I'm 16 years old, and I'm committed to the University of Pennsylvania to play baseball.
We got one more. Be violent right now. Come on. One throw, everything you got. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. That's a good one. That's 93.2. That's a good one. That's it, though.
I only started to go to Kenny last year, and he's probably changed my whole life. He's taught me so much about, the recruiting process, and, now we're starting to get into my draft stock and how I can get looked at by, MLB scouts and MLB teams. So he's definitely been a huge factor, and he just gets me better. I feel like every time I go there, I learn something new.
Nick is very open to change. He's very adaptable, and he's very professional. That's probably the biggest word that comes to mind. He already came in very skilled. Like, he was moving well. He was smooth. We just wanted to focus on catching the ball in the pocket more, a little bit with the exchanges, and then a lot of lateral movement stuff, which is range, so working towards his glove side and working towards his backhand side.
Nick, a little bit this way, a little bit more underneath. That's all. You're just not giving your pocket a chance. Kind of swiping at it, a little bit more underneath. Guys always like to work north to south. It's almost like you're stabbing at the ball, opposed to we want to be working up through the ball. It's a common flaw with young kids. If we're working this way and the ball hits our glove in the wrong spot, and we're not strong enough or our glove isn't ready, that ball's going to pop out. Compared to if we're working up and under through the ball is going to stick and stay in the glove and kind of works us through.
I like shortstop because I like to be a leader on the field. You got to, although sometimes you go 0 for 4 in a game, you got to, sprint out to your position, and you have to, get back to work in the field because defense wins championships. My coach, Kenny, he's really close with the head coach at Penn.
I called up Penn, got him some video. Obviously, he was very, very interested. I mean, who wouldn't? So I kind of just helped set some things up. And fortunate for me and fortunate for Nick, it happened to be a great relationship, and now he's there, which is awesome.
I committed to Penn this past fall. I'm just so thankful that I have the opportunity to play there.
Well, I'm very proud that he has chosen to commit himself to a high academic school because regardless of what happens, it's a win. And I know he'll continue to be a very strong leader.
I get to keep a lot of my memories from when I played, when I was younger. So this was the Diamond Nation tournament. I won the MVP of the tournament, we won. Always a good memory to have around. And then at the same tournament, I hit 3 home runs in 3 days when I was 10, which was kind of a big deal. These are more of my home runs when I was younger. This was my first home run ever, actually, my first home run ball. Then this was in districts, which was a pretty big home run. Then these are a couple in states. And then these 3 hats are from when we won. 2015, 2016, 2017. We won the Cal Ripken State Championship, which was pretty awesome and just good to have all the memories in my room. If I struggle in a game, I always look back at them and just happy that I succeeded.
Coming up next.
He's wanting to win every single day, whether it's himself or the team.
Hitting a round ball with a round bat is not like anything in any other sport, especially when it's coming in at 95 miles per hour with movement on it. You don't even have a second to think if you're gonna swing or not. If you hit the ball 3 out of 10 times, you're succeeding and you're a Hall of Famer, batting 300, which is insane. So you're failing 70% of the time, and to deal with that is very, very, mind draining.
He's wanting to win every single day, whether it's himself or the team. I think one of the hardest things is baseball is such a team sport, and Nick wants the guy next to him to succeed just as bad as he does, because at the end of the day, it's a win or a loss. If you can look back after the year and say, wow, I'm a different player, that's all you can ask for. In the short term, you're just showing up and trying to get a little better every single day.
He's been so successful this summer that I let him hit. I'm a big believer in less is more. If you're being successful, let's not change things. So with him, it's more so just throwing as much at him as possible in terms of different pitches, less more so in terms of mechanics. I mean, he's got a pretty good swing to begin with. So like throwing 2-seamers, throwing breaking balls, and just kind of having him see a lot of different things more so than anything mechanically. Fastballs, slurves, sliders, cutters, 2-seams, 2 variations of curveballs, a sinker and a splitter. He hits everything, but I kind of let him pick and choose in the offseason what he's feeling. Not very often do you get game rep live BP without an arm, so this is the closest you can get to a game.
I played baseball growing up, never coached before, but had quite a good knowledge of the game. We got the basics and the fundamentals, but we knew in order for him to, take the next step, we had to get some other people involved.
Ready? Good. Half push up. Good. Come up into it. Keep your back straight. Good. Squat into it. Thrust. Exhale. Nice job. Go right into it. Good. So keep your feet wide open. Right now, he's trying to handle his load, going in multiple directions and using different planes. So, he does work with kettlebells quite a bit. Just staying more athletic. So, all right, let's go on the left side. Same thing, keep your back straight.
Christian kind of came into my life when I was like 12. My only kind of coach was like my dad growing up, and then he kind of took me in. He's just always been there for me. He's been my, my role model basically. He's always been, tell me the right things, tell me what to do, how to get stronger, how to get bigger, trying to, get me to play at the next level.
Good tempo. Lifting has become really popular among all athletes. Nick is, he's very athletic. We want to maintain his athleticism when he works out. So we try to keep the intensity up and at the same time they utilize athleticism to move well so that he doesn't, have injuries. Last thing you want to have injuries while he's training inside and not related to baseball. So we want to avoid that as much as you can. Good job. Inhale, exhale, you drive back. It's hard to have an off season as high school athletes. Nowadays, baseball is all year round, but Nick's really dedicating this fall to get faster and get bigger and be ready for college. He's not going to be satisfied with just being college committed. He wants to make sure he shows up to college that ready to take the field. Everybody looks up to him, so he's quite of a leader. So it's like I said, we're fortunate to work with kids like him.
To me, no days off means working hard every day for something that you've been wanting for your whole life. Ever since I could, pick up a ball and a bat, I've wanted to succeed at baseball, and it's literally no days off if you want something that you're striving for.
I'm extremely proud of what Nick has done in order to achieve his goals. That's what I'm most proud of. I'm most proud of the work he puts in to achieve those goals. And I believe that the sky's the limit if you continue to do that, and he will.
I think whatever he sets his mind on, he can achieve. When he gets to the University of Pennsylvania, he's going to be successful.
He's a selfless baseball player, and he continues to set goals that he wants to achieve.
Coming up next.
Top of the order, bottom of the order, I don't care where I bat, as long as I do my part, to be honest.
Jon has an incredible swing. He doesn't have to be told what to do. He's got natural instinct and natural ability.
I think he just wants to be great because he loves the sport. I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's for his mom. I don't think it's for his coach. I think it's just for him.
I want to go to college and play, but my main goal is get drafted, play in the big leagues. I think the higher goals are, the harder you work and the more you get out of it.
With his success, he is as humble as he comes, and he always wants to work. He's never better than anybody else.
Middle of the order, top of the order, bottom of the order, I don't care where I bat, as long as I do my part, to be honest. I just like hitting the ball. If you fall in love with the game, it's just gonna come to you. It just comes naturally to me, at least. I'm Jon Young, I'm 15 years old, and I play baseball.
Take a stride and hip into it. You'll try to lock up that front leg if you can. That's it. He's one of the first athletes here, 7 a.m., 3 days a week, he's here. And go. Good, gotta be faster. So watch me. So you almost want to like explode up. Like it's not like a same slow pace. So once you feel like you're ready, it's nothing different than attacking the ball when you're hit. Right? We're not gonna go on the same pace. We're gonna gather, and once you recognize the ball is in your plane, then you strike. So same thing. Once I get ready, right, and you're going full speed.
He identified that I need to work on my explosiveness because when it comes to baseball, it's really important to be explosive.
Nice work, good job. Inhale. Nice work.
I don't really try to model my swing after anybody or how I feel because I think being an individual is a lot more important than trying to model your game because everybody has their own game.
All right, feet planted, right, maintain that angle. Good job, good, keep maintaining that spine angle. That's it, boy. Beautiful. If you see other players at his caliber, you know, they may have a conditioning coach, strength coach, fielding coach, hitting coach, and all that. That's not him. He just does his own, and he just works out and try to figure out himself. Yeah. See how what happened? As soon as you get up, that's gonna happen. If you don't maintain your spine angle, you're gonna always hit low that way. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta use your hands more if that happens. You can't get away with it. That's it. Good work right there. My job's pretty easy with him. You know, I just gotta make sure that I don't mess up. I don't have to fix anything with him. I just gotta keep him who he is and not change who he is at all.
My main position is shortstop, yes. My base running is one of my best parts of my game, and I know that's not very exciting, but I think baseball IQ is probably one of the most important parts of my game.
Be athletic. Two. Nice job. He's a very family guy. His parents have really molded him in the right direction where the spotlight is never too big for him, or he's never too big for anybody else.
Well, I started playing baseball when I was 2 years old, and my dad and my grandpa really got me into it. And I just kept playing, and I really fell in love with it.
I remember coming home one day, and I see him in the backyard, and he's on the swing away. I didn't say nothing to him. He didn't know I was looking. Next day I come home, he's on the swing away, and he just keeps continue working, and just something clicked, and he just started mashing baseballs. And anywhere I take him, whether it be a showcase or college camp, they just love his swing. And that's not from me, that's not from any coaching, that's him figuring out for his own, which I really like.
Coming up next.
This is a little embarrassing, but this ball, first home run, and it was this year, that's bad. These are some of my trophies from when I was younger. These are really old. These are from when I was like 7 years old. I wasn't the greatest when I was younger, but it was a lot of fun. So this whole team basically lives in this neighborhood, and they're like my childhood friends. I love them. And we just played all the way up till 12U, and then we eventually split up, but it was a lot of fun. I loved it a lot. If I had to say my favorite one was probably this one. This tournament was crazy. Like, it got rained out like twice, and we just played it. It was like one of our first tournaments we won because it was our first district championship, and that was probably the year that we were the best besides 12U. This is a little embarrassing, but this ball, first home run, and it was this year. That's bad, but it was my first home run. I told you I couldn't hit when I was younger, but I did start hitting this year.
He's always been a talented baseball player, but physically he was not the strongest, not the fastest, not the biggest. So he says I wasn't really good when I was young. He was always a good baseball player, but he always loved going. And as much as me and my wife love him playing baseball, we always ask him, do you still want to play? Because I don't ever want to force him to play a sport just because I enjoy it. So every year we make sure he's still into it.
Today just should be a normal run-through practice. We're getting ready to go to Rutgers this weekend. And so we'll work on some base running, we'll get some hitting in, some fielding, light throwing. It's basically to keep the rust off and be sharp for this weekend.
I think our team is different. I think our team's not individually based. I think our team's an actual team, and we care about each other more than ourselves.
You know, I got to give Jon a lot of credit because he came into a team that was established and played at a very high level. And within a short window of time, he proved himself and showed his athletic abilities. I'd say now in the third season, he's one of the leading go-to guys in the program.
You know, he coaches at college. He's a really high-level coach. You know, he really prepares us for the next level. The way he runs his practices, it's real.
You know, he makes great plays, and he's a really, really tough out. You know, and from the left side, he's got a really, really lot of potential to do some damage over the years.
We're trying to be patient, but a lot of people are noticing him how good he is. What they don't know is that he is just starting out. I mean, if we put like 25, 30 pounds on him and get him a little bit faster, he's gonna be scary good.
You know, he's athletic, he's got passion and loves to play the game. You know, realistically, he should go to play at a really good college. And I don't think it's out of the realm that someday he could sign a pro contract.
You know, I've seen kids make to the college and pros, but can they get into that bigger stardom where they're superstars in the league, where I think Jon has that potential.
I just want to make sure he stays humble and stays a good kid because that's most important. That'll carry you through life past baseball.
I like to be humble. I think that's really important. If you want to be a good baseball player, is just keep your head down and just work, and then it will come to you eventually. I think no days off is just always keep your head down, work, stay humble, you know, stay in your lane, and just keep getting better, and then people will eventually notice you for your hard work.
Just one day down for these future stars. Tomorrow they'll be back at it again, working and training. Because when you want to be the best, there are no days off.